Hey guys, welcome to Tech Geek. So today we are back with a daily Leetcode challenge problem that is number of islands. So number of islands is basically a Leetcode medium question. I hope you guys have an idea about this question because earlier we had a daily Leetcode challenge based on the largest perimeter or max area of some islands. So this is a version of it as you can see. Before beginning, I'd like to say this concept uses graphs, you can say DFS and BFS. So these are the prerequisites you must know. If you don't go uh, and revise or have a concept view, because this is what we are going to do to avoid any issues or confusions. Please have a look at this. Okay. Now let's see what the question says. The question says you have been given an M into N matrix. Okay, that's a 2D matrix given by the name grid. It's a binary matrix. That means it's represented either by 0 or 1. It represents a map of ones. Okay, grid which represents a map of ones, that's a land, and zeros, that's water. Return the maximum number of return the number of islands, not the maximum, sorry. Return the number of islands. An island is surrounded by water, is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally and vertically. You assume all four edges of the grid all are surrounded by water. Okay, so you can assume that apart from this grid, other sides are also surrounded by water. So you don't need to consider that if this is one, so this would be land beside it. Is that it is a part of your island. Okay, let's come and see to what it is now. They are saying we have a grid. Okay, let's take one grid initially and check how we can say one is actually a 1 and 0 1. Okay, so let's see, this is somewhere okay, 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 0. Okay, so let's say if we have such kind of matrix given to us, then how can we say that which particular is a matrix? So is an island. So if you know an island, it's surrounded by water, all the edges should. Now if you begin from one edge, is it one, is it a land? Yes, so it could be a possibility that it's an island. Now for an island you need to look at all four edges. So for the four edges, if you see, for this four edge it won't work. Why? Because we usually check is grid minus 1, call minus 1, or you can say I minus 1, j minus 1, and so on. Right? So this four edge isn't working. Then if we check this one, 1 2 3 4, no, this is false, this is false, this is false, but this comes out to be true. So once you get a true thing, that means yeah, it's connected by another land. Come over that land, again for that land check for other four. Okay, how many islands do you get would be like the number of recursive things you're getting, recursive ones you're getting. Okay, that's what we need to see. I'll just give you a clear idea now. This was just an introductory. Okay, let's see. 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 0. Okay, let's see, we have this grid. Whenever we begin, we often begin from I equals to, let's say we have an M to N matrix. So this is how we'll be going. Initial we'll begin from 0 and 0. What do you check? If that value is 1, is that value 1? Yes, that value is 1. Call the DFS function. Okay. Now this DFS function, what it will do? First of all, it will check that this index which is passed to it, is it like applicable? It's not greater than its length, and every possibility it will check first. If it's valid in every particular way, okay, then what it has to do is it will first update this value to 0. Why 0? That means it has been counted once, we won't count it again. Okay, and then it will check for others, like it's all four directions. So it's four directions, you can see two are not valid coming to the other two. So this is 0, nothing will happen. We'll come to this one, it's again 1. Make it 0, come to the next one, again another 4. Now this is visited, not to worry. This is 0, not to worry. Come to this one, again 0. Again visit the all 4 ones. Ignore the 0 ones, come to 1, make it 0. The same way this goes on until now there would be a time that you will have this particular direction. That means all of these are counted. When all 4 have been 0 now, you had a counter that was returning. So you'll add it up, and once you get all 0, that means you'll come out of this DFS. You'll have a return function for this. You won't recursively call its 4 sides. Okay, now once this goes on, all of this are 0. Again we were on 0 comma 0. So what we are going to do, we'll again check for 0 1 1 0 and so on until we get another one. Once we get another one, again we'll do the same thing, make it 0, pass to all 4. Okay, same thing goes on, and again one more is added because we got another island. That means result is 2. So when are we adding? Once we get a 1, we are calling a DFS function, right? So once we are calling, we see this is 1, increment the counter and then call this, because when all the others will be made 0 from here itself. Okay, so this works out to be your result. Now talking about, if you want to know what is the maximum area, that could also be done using this DFS function. You can create a counter making how many 0 you are making. After that you can increment and check the max of whatever is the local value and the maximum value. This is how your DFS goes on. If you want to go, you can go with BFS also, but I would suggest to go with this one. This makes it quite easy in such cases. Every grid based question should be done in such a way, because these are quite asked first of all, and this is an optimal approach to find the solution for such problems. Now let's look at the code. That's quite easy. First we are having the grid. We'll run a loop, we'll check once it's 1, increment, and then call the DFS. We will return the count, that's but obvious. Now in DFS, what you are doing, first checking whether that index passed ij is a valid index. Secondly, you need to check if it's 0. Again, I told you, if you're passing with 4 indexes, anyone found a 0, make it end it. The process should add, and that means we are not going to look for another 4 edges. That means return. Now once you had that 1, make it 0, that is mark as visited, and again call its 4 edges. What are the 4 edges? If you are at ij, okay, so for this it would be I minus 1j, I plus 1j, ij plus 1, and ij minus 1. So these are the 4 indexes you need to call. So ij you can replace with row columns, and this is how it works. This seems out to be quite easy approach if you actually know this. Now talking about the time complexity, as you can see, order of m and n goes up with the, because we are searching for it, and the space complexity goes as constant. This is how we go up. So I guess there were no confusions. If there are, do let me know in the comment box. Anything that pops up, like this could be another solution for this problem, I will be happy to help you out throughout the process. So you can ask me, and if there are any issues with any upcoming OAs, interview rounds, do let me know. I'll be happy to help you guys. Thank you. Keep following Tech.